This fall, the trends are full of pitfalls for petites. Handbags as big as a suitcase, oversized, bulky boyfriend sweaters, humongous plaid patterns, and patchwork worthy of a church quilting bee. And let's not forget midi length skirts and dresses. Here's the thing. Petites can wear anything they want. It's just that some styles are harder to pull off and require us to tweak things a bit in order to compensate. However, midi-length skirts are one of those styles clients consistently want to wear, whether it's because they're going to synagogue or because they feel like it's very office appropriate, or they don't love their knees, and for likely a bajillion other reasons. So in this episode, we're going to talk about how to pull off this season's super popular midi-length skirt trend successfully and some clever style tips we can use to create a petite flattering outfit. I'm Angela, your petite style coach, and when you're ready, let's jump in. Welcome to Inside Petite Style, the only podcast created exclusively for women 5'3" and under. If you're tired of pants that drag on the ground, sleeves that swallow up your hands, and want a wardrobe that actually fits your height, flatters your body shape, and works for your real life, you are in the perfect place. I'm your host, Angela Foster, petite style coach and creator of the Spark Style Method. When you're ready, let's get this style party started. First, why are midis problematic? Well, when it comes to petite style, a safe rule of thumb is to go long or go short. Anything that falls into that muddy middle is tough because we have less vertical real estate than our taller sisters. And every time we break that vertical line, we look shorter and shorter and shorter. And I bet you know the next part. The shorter we look, the wider we look. Now, while most petites don't hate being short, and our goal isn't to look tall, the majority of us would agree that we don't love looking wider, no matter how thin or not that we are. Now, let's talk about some examples of style choices we can make that break up that vertical line. Because even though this is audio, we can still paint a picture. First, black shoes with a black ankle strap on lighter skin tones. Our legs look like they end at the ankle strap instead of our toes when we can use every single inch. Or a white blazer that hits at the hip bones when paired with black pants. In this case, our vertical line is cut off at the top of our thighs with that dramatic color blocking. And one more example, a knee-length navy skirt when worn with cream tights. You guessed it, this would literally chop us off at the knees, which looks almost as awful as it sounds. Let's first all agree on what midi length means. And this is when the hem hits below the knee and above the ankle. On a side note, for women who are petite on the bottom, you'll definitely want to make sure that you shop petite brands and designers. Otherwise, we risk the midi skirt being too long and hanging wonky. Now, in case you're not sure if you're petite on the top or the bottom or both, we talk all about how to know for sure in episode number 8, and I'll be sure to add the link to the show notes so you can find it easy. Because midi-length skirts and dresses have the potential to cut off our vertical line in the middle of our calves, petites need to be super savvy about both body shape and volume, and then use those tools along with some clever styling techniques in order to compensate. Because we're going to break down each of the styles by body shape, this would be a great time, if you haven't yet, to take the petite body shape quiz. This episode and all the others will make a whole lot more sense once you get your results. Because we talk about body shape differently around here. There are no apples or pears or any other ingredient that goes into a fruit salad. We also don't refer to ourselves as circles or squares or triangles because our bodies are not a geometry problem that we need to solve. Instead, we pick what we like about our figure, accentuate the heck out of it, and then choose the styles and the silhouettes that create the illusion of balance. Feel free to put me on pause and hop on over to InsidePetiteStyle.com and take the quiz. It's super fast. It's only 7 questions and takes about 2 minutes. And I promise I will hang around until you come back. Let's talk about signature body shape number 4 first. And just a quick reminder, you want to add volume from the waist down while keeping volume to a minimum from the waist and up. Now, the following suggestions will also work for body shape number 3s when you want to add some drama to your outfit. If this is you and you want to use material to add a hint of volume, you are going to adore your choices this season because corduroy, leather, suede, velvet are everywhere. If you choose to use styles as a way to add volume, then you'll want to look for A-line midi skirts or midi skirts with a fuller cut or pleats or even a cargo style. Let's talk specific outfit formulas. So a faux leather midi skirt with a V-neck blouse or wrap sweater are terrific for women who want to accentuate their bust and décolleté. Or choose a higher rise skirt that lands right at your visible waistline and whenever possible, add a belt. This is brilliant when you want to accentuate your waist. Or if you love your bum, be sure that the hem of your top ends at the top of your hip bones or, if possible, higher. When you're ready to ramp up your midi skirt game, be sure to check out Anthropologie. Not only do they have a bunch of midi skirts, but they also have them in fabrics and in styles that will add a hint of volume. So for example, fuller silhouettes, tulle ruffles, and tiered layers. We are now ready for all you signature shape number 6s out there. Just a quick reminder, you want to add volume from the waist up while keeping the volume to a minimum from the waist down. Body shape number 3s, you can also take part in these suggestions when you want to add a little drama and volume to the top of your outfit. The exciting news is that slip skirts continue their popularity this season, which means they're everywhere and will be super easy to find. From a career wear standpoint, slim pencil skirts are making a huge comeback because apparently office attire is hot again. When it comes to material, you can find slip skirts in everything from 100% silk to 100% viscose. Something to keep in mind, if dry cleaning factors into your decisions, be sure to take a look at the care label or the tab when shopping online because they vary wildly. On a side note, if you're concerned about slip skirts showing small lumps and bumps, there are a few options. The first is to avoid overly shiny fabrics. These are often found in semi-synthetic fabrics like viscose and acetate. The second is to choose a small floral or animal print because those are brilliant at camouflaging. Of course, shapewear is always an option. Now, when you're ready to add some midi skirt options to your closet, be sure to check out Mark & Spencer. They are not messing around this season when it comes to different styles, colors, and prints. For those of you who have long enough legs to wear regular sized bottoms, take a look at Aritzia. Their slip skirts have been on point this entire year. Let's talk specific examples. A really pretty outfit formula could be a slim pencil skirt with a cropped boxy blazer. And depending upon where the hem of the blazer hits, this could be perfect for women who've chosen either their bum or their waist as their favorite feature. To accentuate your waist, you could swap out that boxy blazer for a peplum blazer or simply pop on a belt. Extra style credit for women who want to accentuate their bust, collarbones, or a décolleté and pair a traditional button-down with a leopard slip skirt. The unexpectedness of the combination really elevates your style. So we've talked about styles and materials and how to use that to add volume where we want it and not where we don't. Now we're ready to talk about color and how that can play a huge role in creating the illusion of length. Now, monochromatic looks always help petites look longer. Keep in mind, monochromatic doesn't mean all black. Depending upon the colors that flatter your skin tone best, consider gray or chocolate brown, which is so popular this season. You can also play around with a tonal look, meaning shades of the same color from head to toe. So for example, a deep brown skirt paired with a rich cinnamon colored top, or a burgundy blouse with a chili colored skirt. One thing to keep in mind when you're playing around with tonal inspired looks, the colors should be close enough that they work well together while being different enough that it doesn't look like you were shooting for monochromatic and just missed the target. Let's talk footwear. First, pointed toe shoes are always flattering on petites because they create that arrow-like effect that makes our legs look longer, especially when paired with a midi length skirt. Now, choose a pair that matches your skin tone or tight color and you'll get double the elongating effect. Because it's fall and that's synonymous with boot season, we need to address those. Now, ideally, the hem of your midi skirt should fall below the top of the boots. I'm already bracing myself for the outraged messages, but that's okay. Midi skirts and booties are not a good outfit recipe. And the reason why is because the hem of the midi skirt cuts off our vertical line once. Then there's our skin tone or our tight color. So that's 2. And then all of a sudden we have booties which are right at our ankle. So in the space of our calf, we've cut off our vertical line 3 times. So it's best to avoid it. Are you ready for a midi skirt style challenge? Do you have a few midi skirts already in your closet? Maybe ones that you liked enough to buy, but now don't wear very often. Or have you struggled to use it as part of a flattering outfit? Should you throw it away or donate it? First, let's try the tips that we talked about. Maybe pair it with a top that adds volume or avoids volume depending upon your signature body shape. Or try pairing it with a monochromatic or tonal top. Maybe add tights in a similar shade, or swap out your footwear to create the illusion that your legs go on and on forever. Remember, the goal isn't perfection. As long as you feel confident in your outfit, that is a huge win. Plus, moving forward, you'll be able to shop with focus and purchase with intention. Good stuff all around. Afterwards, be sure to pop over to InsidePetiteStyle.com, tap the voicemail button on the right, and share which of the styling tips you've tried or want to try first, because hearing your aha moments is just the best. And that, my friend, is a wrap. Be sure to swing by next week when we're going to talk about the #1 fall pant trend and how petites can wear it best. Till then, have fun and stay stylish. Thanks for tuning in to Inside Petite Style. When you're ready to create a wardrobe that fits your height, flatters your body shape, and makes getting dressed fun and easy, head over to InsidePetiteStyle.com and take my free Petite Style quiz. You'll get personalized tips and strategies made just for your proportion and your height. And hey, you know that girlfriend who's always rolling up her sleeves and hemming her pants? Share this episode with her. She needs to know she's not alone and that there are real solutions. See you next week. Until then, have fun and stay stylish.